To make this bird feeder, I'm using a cedar 1x10. I'm starting with the base, first cutting the board 12 inches to length, then I'm going to go over to the table saw and rip it to 9 inches wide. With the base made, I now need a border around it because it kind of makes it like a basket to hold all the bird seed. So I'm going to cut out a bunch of 1 1/4 inch strips, and these are going to make up the border. All I'm doing here is gluing them on. I'm not using fasteners of any kind. An optional step is adding a chamfer around all the edges just to kind of class it up a little bit, but this is optional. You can skip it if you want. Moving on to the seed holder, I need a couple side pieces, so those are going to be 7 inches long and 5 3/4 inches wide. I'm also adding a couple 1/4 inch slots on each side. These are going to be used to hold the acrylic panel. So as you see here, the acrylic panel just slides in that slot in between the sides. To add a roof slope, I'm going to measure 5 5/8 inches from the bottom of each one of the side pieces, and then using my bandsaw, I'm cutting to that measurement from the middle point. Now I just need to add space for the seeds to flow out. So to do that, I'm going to be cutting a bottom 5 3/4 inches by 7 1/2 inches. And all I'm doing here is cutting some slots on either side using my bandsaw. Next, I'm adding just a simple 7 1/2 inch brace going across here. No specific measurement, just something to help strengthen this up. And then I can take this whole unit and glue it to the base. Next, I'm taking my acrylic panel and I'm cutting it into 2 pieces 5 by 8 inches. Moving on to adding the roof, I'm using cedar again, and I'm cutting 2 panels 14 by 6 inches. I also need a 26-degree cut on either panel towards the ridge in the center. I'm going to make these panels hinged, so I'm first taping these together just so they can fold up and not move apart as I'm adding hinges. And I'm going to add the hinges with this thing plopped on top of the bird feeder, because this way the hinges center themselves without measuring. Now, of course, the last thing is to attach one of the panels to the feeder, because this way one of the panels can be lifted up to refill it with more bird seed.